Hi, Ben.
Hey,
Welcome.
Kara, how's it going? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. All right. So we will get started. So hi, everyone. Welcome back. If you joined us yesterday for our Instagram Live Q&A, these Instagram Lives are in honor of ARIMA Virtual 2020 Conference and Expo. So we are on day 2 of featuring a couple of our Holland employees on Instagram Live. So today we have Weld Research and Test Engineer Ben Byma joining us. So welcome, Ben.
Thank you.
We do have a couple of questions lined up for Ben, but we would really love to hear your feedback and your comments. So please feel free to drop a comment below, and we would love to get that answered for you at the end. So why don't we get started, Ben? So
Sure.
tell us a little bit about your career here at Holland. So how long have you worked here, and what types of jobs have you had with the company?
Sure. Started back in 2013, so it's been a little over 7 years. I started off in our equipment business unit, working as a design engineer. Worked on like a ton of equipment. I mean, anything from track testing trucks, mobile welders, container welders, fixed plant stuff, some R&D projects. So it gave me a lot of opportunities to get to know our equipment as it's built from the ground up, and then a lot of exposure to the railroad really across all of our business units. So that was a pretty fun job. And now I'm working in the maintenance of way group, and I'm a weld research and test engineer.
Sure. Awesome. So your current role at Holland, as you said, is a weld research and test engineer. Can you give us a little bit more of insight on what you do on a day-to-day basis?
Sure. So our group, there's 3 of us in our sort of small team. We're sort of responsible for keeping track of all the testing and doing research and development for our welding processes on the trucks. So we'll do annual ARIMA certifications. All the trucks will send in welds to the lab, and we'll break the welds, make sure that everything's up to snuff and the trucks are operating correctly. And then we'll also work collaborating internally with our ops group, welding technology, R&D, quality, to deliver, strive to deliver better welds to our customers, reduce their downtime and maintenance costs, and help them enjoy better profits. And then in the rare event that we do have a failed weld in the field, they'll usually cut that weld out and send it back to the lab, and we'll analyze it and try and figure out as best we can why it failed, and then use that data to prevent future issues. So we kind of collate all that data over time. And then we're also always working, with our customers and the rail suppliers to understand all their goals and share our expertise as they're developing new products. A lot of the trending in the industry is towards higher strength, more durable rail. So with that comes some maybe differences in our processes. So we're doing our best to work with them and keep that moving and keep our quality high.
Sure. So how does your work impact the company and the rail industry?
So I think our team plays a pretty important role in the company. As I mentioned, we do a lot of work internally with our operations groups. We also work with our customers and the rail suppliers. It helps us keep our quality high and keeps us innovative. If we didn't track data and we didn't do research, we would be in the same place we were 20 years ago. And so our group, I think, helps a lot with advancing what Holland does and keeps the rail industry moving.
Sure, definitely. So Ben, what do you feel sets Holland apart in the rail industry?
Holland's a cool company to work for. We're involved in a ton of different stuff in the railroad industry. We really provide a pretty broad spectrum of services to our customers. We've got welding equipment that we build, track testing equipment, flash butt welding and thermite services, plant welding, transloading, sure I'm forgetting some stuff, railcar maintenance, turnkey, and then our hot load securing devices and all that stuff. So we have a ton of stuff we can do for our customers, but I think it's really comes down to the people. We wouldn't be successful at all that stuff if we didn't have great people doing what we do. And we're all, our people are experts, and that really makes a huge difference for our customers. I mean, we see it in Australia, right? We start another business down there, and we've got all these internal experts that can work with our customers. We understand the processes. Allows us to go there, not only provide equipment, but we can maintain and operate the equipment, optimize the processes, and meet and exceed their expectations right out of the box without having to do any additional testing or working with other outsiders. We're turnkey.
Great. Awesome. So for you, what's your favorite part about working in the rail industry?
I think railroading is just like a really interesting field. On one hand, it's like really historical. A lot of people really enjoy the history of the railroads and just kind of, people with model trains and all sorts of stuff. People love the railroad. And at the same time, there's also all this really high-tech development, cutting-edge technology being used that I don't think a lot of people often realize. You've got these huge, monolithic, heavy-duty trains, steel rolling down the tracks. But there's also a lot of sensors and data analytics and all sorts of stuff going on. And the railroad environment is really hard on anything, all of the equipment. So it's, we're constantly pushing the endurance limits and the quality of all that stuff. So I think it's pretty cool in that way. And it's like Holland. The people in the railroad industry are really just interesting people and really fun to get to know. Mm-hmm. People seem to work in the railroad industry for forever. You get all this experience that you can learn from here. Really, really fun, cool stories. And I think, per capita in the railroad industry, there's probably more beards than most other industries. So it's good for me. Very accepting.
Sure. Ben, I think one of the questions that I personally have for you is, what sparked your interest in engineering and the rail industry?
I guess engineering, I kind of always just like to tinker with stuff. In school, I guess this is sort of the standard example for engineering students, right? You're good at math and science, and so you just go to engineering. So yeah, that's kind of it. But I just like to learn how things work and take them apart, put them back together, or maybe just break them.
Sure.
And so that's kind of what steered me towards engineering. And then my first job out of college, I worked like in heavy equipment machining. So we did some rail products, but mostly for like Cat and John Deere, stuff like that. But then when I found the job at Holland, I saw that was pretty interesting. And, like a lot of people, the railroad industry is interesting. You think, oh, you're just waiting for trains in town all the time, but there's a lot more to it than that. So I did a little research on the company, and I was like, man, this is cool. Let's do it. And here I am 7 years later.
That's great. That's awesome. I know. I can't believe 2013. It does not seem like 7 years ago, but
yeah, it's wild.
We will take any questions now. If you have any questions for Ben, please comment them. We would love to hear from you. And if we don't catch you on this, Ben, I'm sure that, once we have this posted to our Instagram feed, you would love to answer any questions anyone has for you. Let's see if we get anything coming through.
If there's any Holland employees on there, I'm broadcasting live from HQ, the mothership today.
You are indeed in the mothership.
Yep. For those who haven't been around in a while, they did finish the bathrooms. Those are finally done. So
oh, wow.
When you guys come back, they're done.
Happy to hear it.
Yep.
All right. It doesn't look like we have any questions. I know. Oh, we do. What's the most interesting project you've worked on?
Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna disappoint all the other business units if I pick just one. I think one of the most involved ones I worked on was the 488, our track star truck that works down in Mexico now. I mean, that was probably one of the most advanced ones that we've done, and our whole engineering team got involved in that. We were working pretty hard to get that done and get that out, and it took a lot of effort, and I learned a ton of stuff about our track testing business on that project, even though I wasn't the lead engineer on it. But I think that was probably the most complicated one that I've worked on. I've worked on a few others. We built a truss that hangs electrical wires into a quarry once, and I worked on that project. That was kind of interesting, kind of a small project, but it was fun to do. And then all of our welding equipment, I mean, it's really fun to work on the trucks and the welder heads and stuff.
Great. Awesome. We do have another really important question. What is your favorite pizza topping?
Nice. Thanks for the softball, Sam. I like that. I'm usually pepperoni. Although if it's
Pepperoni.
Papa John's, I like the sausage at Papa John's. It's pretty good. So primarily pepperoni.
Awesome. We have someone else said Holland is tops in their field because of guys like you. So thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, everyone. Oh, so someone else said, has your time at Holland allowed you to travel?
Yeah, I've traveled a little around the country. I'm certainly not out in the field all the time like a lot of our crews are, but we've got all sorts of stuff all over the country, and it oftentimes requires us to get out and see it. So I haven't been outside the country. I know a lot of people do, but I've been the most parts of the country at least. So.
Yeah, I love that aspect of, our
Mm-hmm.
jobs at Holland. It allows us to travel and it allows us to be involved. So that's great. That's awesome to hear. All right. Well, I think we are all set. If anyone has any other questions for Ben, like I said, we will have this posted to our Instagram feed. So please feel free to comment and ask Ben any questions and he will answer those. I want to give a special thank you to all that are here from ARIMA 2020. And I wanted to just say thank you so much, Ben, for joining us. This was a great session and we loved having you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care.